thatmovieguyUK.
I think in cinema we can always categorize directors. Either you are an actual visionary of an artist or you're a McG type of director. Roy Andersson ain't a McG. He is probably one of the most visionary and most intriguing and has one of the most perplexing styles, I think, in 20th and 21st century cinema. And his latest film is about endlessness. It was in competition at the Venice Film Festival, and he was also awarded the Best Director award for his latest film. In 2014, he released his film A Pigeon Sat on a Branch Reflecting Existence, which I think is one of the best films of this decade, and some people revere it as one of the greatest films in the 21st century so far. His latest, though, I think was very long awaited, and we're here to talk about it. Roy Andersson's About Endlessness is inspired from a collection of stories called 1001 Nights, which is a amalgamation of stories from the Middle East and India. There's no point going into detail about this, as if you have been to a Roy Andersson film before, plot isn't exactly what you're going into. And we're going to leave it at that. In typical Roy Andersson style, this is a very bizarre celebration of life and the pure beauty of our mundane existence. With most Anderssons, you do contemplate your own existence. Sometimes in a funny way, sometimes in a bit more of a serious way. But I would say that About Endlessness was a lot funnier than I expected it to be. It's set out in little vignettes, and for 76 minutes, they're just churning out. Some are funnier than others, as you'd imagine. A couple of interesting surprises that I didn't expect. But the overlaying concept of it is that there is a man and a woman flying through the air. And you'll see this in the trailer. And the narration is, I see a man eating a pastrami sandwich in the corner of a park while looking at a dog hump another dog. Things like that. That it doesn't happen in the movie, but that's my concept. Still, and we look at this and we're just observing. And at times it can be quite sad. We can agree with people at times. We can disagree. We can be shocked. We can be surprised. Yeah, it's typical. It's what I expected, but unfortunately, I don't think that it has the same pull as The Pigeon on the Branch. It didn't sit on me for too long, and normally I feel more of an impact from Roy Andersson, and this one just didn't really sink it. And that's really unfortunate, because I actually did meet Roy Andersson while I was at Venice. He just ordered his lunch, and then I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go and say hello. And he was a lovely man. And he actually asked me what I thought of the film, and I didn't really have the heart to say, well, it didn't really sink as much as I wanted it to, but I still had a good time. So thank you very much for that. But that was probably one of my Venice highlights. Some people have actually said that About Endlessness is just as good as the 2014 film, but I don't know, maybe in like a couple of weeks or a couple of months' time I'll be still thinking about Endlessness. I'm not necessarily sure, but all in all, it was a very interesting, immersive experience. I don't think that a lot of the Italian audience I went to see this with, they were very well educated in Roy Andersson, and some booze happened, and I thought that was a bit too much, but hey ho. Obviously, About Endlessness, I have no clue when it'll be out in most territories, but once it comes out, please seek it in the cinema, because Roy Andersson deserves your pennies, because he's a nice guy. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. I think this is going to be a nice little short review, just like the Great Man's movies. Obviously, all my details are below. Keep subscribing to the channel if you want to. Like, share, dislike, do whatever you want. If you think that this is a masterpiece, then talk to me. I would love to. And obviously, as we say on this channel, Diolch danko, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, dankeschön, bitchin, all the shits. And obviously, never change.